Robert Dunt, ArtTop10.com, and here we are at Frieze, London. What must be 2023. It shuts in. What is it? In about 30 minutes. So this is going to be a pretty quick sprint around Frieze, London. Okay, so I'm in these big, fancy gallery bits at the beginning of the fair. That's where you get in through those doors. You got some, who's that, Pilar Curias over there in the corner with some big, pretty quickly painted pictures with skeletons in them. Here you got Spruce Majors. It's slightly strange, as normally this is where the Gagosian has their kind of stand. You got Spruce Majors stuff here today. I'm sure I know who that's by. Yeah, George Condo. Looks alright. It's not amazing, is it? We've got this. Much regards, which is a weird finger with a bandage on it. Some glowing balloons as we stroll through, seeing what's happening. What's over here? David Zwirner. It's kind of strange, that one, a big sort of swirly thing. Something's scratched into it in a kind of slightly irritating fashion, the scratching. Look at these, that reminds me of that Sonic Youth album cover. This is a picture of Thomas Ruff. I don't know, I suppose they're not too bad, those things. Bridget Riley lurking over there in the corner. These sort of things I just think are utter drivel. Why in the world would you want to look at that every day? They're just dreadful. Who's that? Lisa Yasangi or something. David Zwirner. These, I guess, are not as bad as those, but still don't really get the point of them either, frankly. Got to be said, if this is what you come into, it's not a stunner, is it, frankly? Oh, Rose Wiley. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me. What's that? Somebody with a sort of death's head. Josh Smith. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a bolt around, as I said already. This is the Listen Gallery, so another big gallery. Once again, I just don't get these things. Why do you want sort of porcelain thing of two little baby boys? I mean, I don't quite understand half the time what they're actually trying to sell. What is it? Is it so rich people can go, "Ooh, look what I got on my wall"? Difficult, isn't it? OMR, I like that. Personally, I like that thing over there on the far corner with the sort of dots and blobs. You got a spinning head, always entertaining, or maybe just really boring. Dots and it's actually, when you get close, it's actually like little layered over painted sort of squares and grids, which I hadn't realised. There's a sort of marble tree. It's not too bad, the marble tree. A big sort of, it looks a bit like a tree as well, doesn't it? We're never going to be able to get right through this thing, so I'm just pounding it down here. I think Stephen Friedman was still within the sort of bounds of what you would say as, big major established galleries. Heads aren't too bad. What I find amazing is how much stuff here is just whipped off so quickly, but maybe that's no bad. These are quite fun. A lot of heads we're walking past there. Where are we now? Still Stephen Friedman. We've got over here, still Stephen Friedman. Michael Werner. Another big fancy one. Yet another one of these pictures that I just think is utter drivel beyond belief. I mean, just who cares about, let's just can't get it. No idea Why in the world do you ever want to look at that? I mean, it's just garbage. That is something else. It's bearable, but not amazing. Pink thing over there, pink sculpture, kind of fun. Kind of like that weird sort of almost kind of like a Barbara Hepworth in a room. It's kind of quite entertaining. It's a bit like a head as well, doesn't it? Michael Werner. What have we got over here? What's this one? Thaddeus Ropac. Yeah, so these are still all the big galleries flogging stuff to people. I had noticed that Frieze this year got some utterly brutal views in things like The Guardian, just saying it was utter garbage, selling rubbish to 1% rich people, which probably not entirely untrue. But I do like things like that. Robert Rauschenberg. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful picture. I love the oranges and the greens and the pinks and the blues and the reds and the way all those different sort of images are mishmashed together, and it kind of talks to you in some way. That's Andy Warhol. That's interesting. I've never seen that big one here. But even that, I still think there's something valuable in it. In the way he just juggles with that imagery, it's just really nice. I don't actually dislike this either. Don't know what you got over there. Maybe that's like, can't quite tell. Got a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger over here for some reason. Strolling on down this section of Frieze London. So we're still strolling on through Frieze London, through the yellow section, which I still think is like established galleries as opposed to more radical ones. And this one's marked itself out with this is the sort of thing that makes me laugh. I mean, these are quite cool, aren't they? They're quite fun. It's quite a nice little display. This is somebody just pouring paint on a canvas. I think this is the sort of, worst aspect of Frieze, in that, they're trying to make this something interesting and exciting, flog off these canvases for tens of thousands, and then this artist will be binned and destroyed because they don't really care about them. And they look exactly like stuff I had a friend at City and Guilds of London Art School did. There's nothing new or different about it, and it's frankly just not worked out very well. I know people who do dramatically better pictures than that. On down here, Saint I Ain't, blah blah blah. Anyway, looks good on the phone, doesn't it? Saint I Ain't. Going down here, Cook J Gallery, Seoul. Always interesting to see some Seoul because I'm obsessed with wanting to go to South Korea. I don't dislike that gold picture here. It's kind of fun, and I like that weird sort of. I mean, yeah, it's gimmick art, isn't it? I appear upside down in a mirror, but then I don't think people want art to look at these days. They probably do buy it just to show off to their friends, which is sad, isn't it? Sad, sad, sad. Josh Lilly. Don't know much about them, but this again is the sort of stuff I just do not get. I mean, why do you want these people sitting there with the, stuff around their neck? Why do you want this thing with the people sitting there with a bird and a little pink thing stuck under them? I think what gets me is it's not even about actual normal life. It's just some sort of particularly sad art world view of what art's like. Unless the 1% of people who have the money to buy stuff here really do just live weird lives like that. These two are obviously nice, aren't they? Patrick Caulfield. The actual paintings by him. Yeah, acrylic on board. See, I still have much more time. They're much simpler, subtler things that you can kind of value, and they have kind of some overt, what would you say, art thing to them. By which I mean there's some kind of, there's just an absolute drivel. Who cares? On down here, Praxis. I decided to have some drawings, probably to try and make themselves look serious. Of course, you can't just have a drawing, it's got to be ripped up pieces of paper. Don't forget, the whole key to contemporary art is, use different materials, blah blah blah, all the boring Tracy Emin stuff, like, put it on a bed sheet or something, blah blah blah, boring, boring, boring. That's what people love, isn't it? Well, that's what the art world loves. More drawings here, I don't actually dislike some of these ones. I think the stupid face is stupid, but I quite like the actual pencil-y aspect in these ones here, which is slightly better. Quite like the blurred lines in the background here. That cave with the big sloshy painty bits on it. Silver lens, whoever they are, one big painting. Right, and now we're moving. We seem to be in a slightly different section. Sort of computer game thing here. Always more interested in these than the rest of it, frankly. Seems to be a pure computer game. Got some people there. Moving on. Still in these yellow things, which I may be absolutely wrong, but I assume they're meant to be more straightforward stuff. Some actual painting. Are they good or are they just terribly boring? Is it these? Are they by? Can't see. Anyway, there you go. Quite like that Lucian Freud. Reminds me of those books I've got, just like that. Actually, I'm not going to hate that too much because it does make me feel like I want to go home and do some actual painting. And nothing's made me feel like that for a while. It's this Eddie Martinez Studio Wall Redux. He's got a big crazy room of stuff here. All these little drawings and niblets of stuff in here, which is a bit fun. I don't know, I suppose it's like a sketchbook all over the wall. It's fun, isn't it, I suppose? Is it? I don't know. I don't dislike these, but I mean, a bit fussy, overmade, but quite like the mix of the painting and the paint and the thick paint and the photography element, which is fun. That was Timothy Taylor. He's very famous. Where is Gagosian? Or have they just decided not to be here this year to be clever? Kate McGarry. I still have to look at these things, just think, who in the world actually buys any of this stuff? I mean, what gets me constantly is you're not buying it to look at it, are you? I mean, you're just buying it for some other reason. Also, I'm constantly amazed how quickly these things seem to have been done. Like, all these 10-minute paintings bashed out. I mean, there's no long-term kind of evolution of ideas. It's just done. Let's flog it. And I guess that's the point, isn't it? I suppose this is a sales show, and I suppose that means it's extremely unreal. Got some Julian Opie's over there. I do quite like Julian Opie. I mean, I don't know. Right, Julian Opie's. I think they're kind of cool, aren't they? Nice, simple, black and white, crisply put together. I mean, vinyl on white acrylic. At least there's a kind of, continuity of line and different thicknesses of line. Like here, at least you've got like thin glasses and the thicker face. You've got some basic art things taking place. Frieze stands prize. Let's see what this is. Probably the worst thing here. Sort of a bit of a mountain. Somebody on a horse. Like paint. Frieze stand prize. Can't quite work it out why, but from Mumbai. Well, at least that's interesting. At least it's not from Anyway, I suppose these aren't actually too bad, are they? It's quite fun the way they glitter, and you've got the geometric shapes. Flowers are just dreadful. Don't know why you've got to have these people put in different places, unless you're trying to make some cubist comment, but I don't think you are. I think it's just confused. This one's not too bad. Quite like the layering on it. But these are not too bad. Quite like those. Like the violet colour on that. That's just dreadful, isn't it? Pointless stupidity. And there's more of it. Masses of stupidity. God, the whole actual stand is just stupid people with hats. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, these are just just sort of stuff, aren't they? Right. Don't mind that weird wall thing over there. It's kind of fun with the big chunky bits on it. A bit more entertaining than most. Oh, there's a dog. How beautiful. Look at that. Hello, you gorgeous little thing. That was the highlight of today. More people kind of getting it on in a forest as usual. There's always something a bit seedy about the way these things are portrayed. Something creepy about it. It always makes you feel like running away. Makes you worry what rich people are really like. Right, we're still chunking on. Frankly, there's not much time left. 1834. Oh, a little bit more time than I thought. Nasty section of a body. Big sort of sculpture thing. Boring thing with people drawing on it. Is that Maria Abramovich hair drying herself? Which way should we go? Oh, white cube. Let's see what white cube's got and how's them worth. Oh, interesting. So the big fancy ones are a bit more dug in this year. They're normally prancing at the very front door of the place. Right, who's this? This is Perez Project. I actually don't dislike this big painting here. Look at that. Interesting. I think it's quite nice. The colour's quite nice. Quite like it. There you go. Got Gilbert and George. A gay friend of mine said he didn't like because they were so misogynistic. Are they good? Just terribly boring. Don't know really. They're just kind of part of that wallpaper of the world now, aren't they? Big boring Tracy Emin as usual. Something over there. Don't dislike that big sort of bird. Don't dislike this red thing. It's not too bad. Bird is alright. Who's the bird by? Oh, Baselitz. Oh, it's actually probably the first Baselitz painting I've ever really liked, without the people upside down, which are a bit stupid. Damon Hirst butterfly, still churning them out. There's money going. It's over here. Well, I sort of thought it might be interesting, this painting, but why does it have to be so stupid? It's like if you do an actual painting, you have to apologise by making it look stupid in the process. Guy on a chair. Over here, Hauser and Worth. This is just like, I don't know, something else. 2001 Space Odyssey. Giant black monoliths. I wonder who the monoliths are by. I mean, you've got to say, it's a nicely curated stand, isn't it? In that very crisp and clean, very simple. Barbara Chase. I'm guessing this is all Barbara Chase. These are just, and you get up to this, it's just drivel, isn't it? It's just bits of string pulled through a piece of paper. Rich people probably find that exciting. I think it's one of the most special things they've seen in their life, but it's just garbage. On round here, we'll head to the end of this row. More stuff like people I used to do in art school. They were told they were dreadful by the art school. That's just stupid. Don't dislike that one over there. That sort of relates to the art history of Robert Rauschenberg, stuff like that. On we go, on we go, on we go. Sean Kelly, New Actually, so don't totally dislike that big abstract there. I think I quite like them if they do actually like. This one, you know, okay, it's going to relate to Monet and all those things. It's putting itself in a historical perspective. It's not just, you know, trying to make people laugh. Okay. All this stuff around here. Right, I'm going to go down this centre bit here. I'm going to turn left and see what happens. What's that painting over there in the distance? I dislike that one actually. Again, I think at least it has some understanding of. Does any of these artists actually have any historical understanding of what's taken place before them? Because these aren't too bad. They are at least relating to like Rothko's. Christopher Brun, RA guy. Interesting. I thought his stuff in the RA recently was absolutely dreadful, but that's not too bad. I actually quite like these little collages as well. This is actually really quite a nice painting. I'd say that's the best picture I've seen so far. On we go. That's, Glenn Brown, blah blah blah, you know, sort of YBA stuff. Right, let's hammer on down here. Apart from I need to go to the loo, I need to find a loo. Gonna pop in here, don't dislike these. That one's, I don't know, if you get bored, it's quite boring to do it. This one, I sort of liked it, but up close it's a bit like, seriously. Again, seriously, I mean they're just done so quickly. Where's the, I don't mean where's the work in it, but where's the sort of, where's the, and you know, they're just bashed out in 30 seconds. I mean, how many of these do you bash out? Where's the time to try and rework it, rethink it, elaborate on it, change it, define it, give it some clarity? I mean, all these, they just have no, I think maybe that's what I've never quite managed to get to before. There's no clarity at Frieze. It's all the works are just sort of flipped out. It's a flog, I guess. But there's no, they lack, I don't know, they kind of lack precision, they lack thought, they lack depth. That's what I feel a lot of the time. So I'm having a bit of a quicker roam through this section, as I think we just need to roam a bit quicker, really. Some shirts in a box. Sadie Coles. She's going for that kind of vibe. What's up down here? Right, we're going to hammer down here and hope we can find a loo before we are kicked out. And before my bag is lost in the bag drop, which they said would shut at 7. Okay. Let's see if there's a toilet around here. Okay, so what with the time running out, we're just going to kind of, the loo at loss, we're just going to hammer through this collage that's stuck on the wall. I never understand how they sell these things. How do you sell that? I mean, as in, obviously it's not just about selling, well it is really here, isn't it? But what do you actually sell? I mean, you've paid £35,000 for your stand, when are you going to sell a piece of paper? Maybe you do, I don't know. I don't know. Weirdly enough, when you move away from those more established galleries, the rest of its stuff here is a bit, I don't know, even less anything. Sounds a bit mean, but that is the vibe I'm getting. Been to the loo, back on the move. Video over some cutlery. Cutlery in a box. Pictures, not so bad. I was going to say, well, I just don't get it. I mean, why would you buy any of this stuff? These are like bad Barbara Hepworth stuff in a box. Potatoes in a box. Rafe would probably quite enjoy that. My son likes potatoes. Right, pictures. Ooh. sort of don't totally dislike that, but it's I don't know. More pictures. So a cinema polka, back of a picture. People lying around. Sort of stencil thing. Serious paintings. Sorry, lost it a bit at this point. Big bit of wood. People with plastic or paper guns. Yeah. It's all just drivel, isn't it? Sort of abstract thing. Okay, I'm going to do a wee bit more and then get out. My bag is lost forever. Red paint with blue bits in it. Sort of Aboriginal art maybe. Person. Stuff with blue paint on it. Steady coals. Oh, we walked past these before. Stuff over there, that's sort of weird painting. I don't dislike that actually. It's actually probably one of my other favourites so far. In that it's got a little vibe of kind of Patrick Heron. Actually, even though it's painted quite quickly and loosely, you've got different blacks in it, different sections of colour. This is actually growing on me. I don't like all these better up close it's not too badly painted, is it? It's quite interesting actually. Quite like that. No idea who it's by. This is fun though, this bit in here, isn't it? There's a horse's head. Once you look back out. I wish I could work out who this picture was by. It seems impossible to find out. I don't know why they always leave the edges of the painting so badly done. And look at it, it's just sort of trashy. But I quite like the painting. I do quite like the painting. It's probably my number one favourite if we could work out who the hell it was by. Or maybe Sojourner Truth Parsons is their name. Anyway, interesting. Right. That's it. We're going to head there in a moment. Just my luck, I was at the airport when my ship came in. Danger, nurse at work. Tired. Tired. Who are these little trees by? I don't dislike that painting. I think paintings should reference the past. References like Vuillard or Bonnard or those sort of things. The trees are not doing it for me and now I'm looking at them. But this one I quite like. Victoria Morton. Pasta in a shape. Let's see what we've got left over here. And then I think we better rock and roll it, man, before my bag is hidden for the night. Big man. People taking photos of themselves in their houses. Really weird combo of stuff there, frankly. Okay, there's lots of stuff down there we have not got to see. Frieze is huge. And I have a feeling this is... oh no, maybe we have been down there. No idea. Right. I think we've done pretty well. I think it will take me at least 5 minutes to get out of here and find my bag, so I think we should go. Well, better or worse than the other? Probably worse, I'd say. Oh, here's Gagosian at last, by the exit this time, as ever. 6 or 7 giant paintings, which they will flog off for 100,000 each. Different artists every single year. Artists probably binned once they've flogged these. These are, oh yeah, so what are they? Pictures of flowers that people have chucked paint on top of. I don't actually dislike that idea. That's kind of a bit like my idea for my paintings. Something beautiful and then messed up, but haven't properly messed it up. Haven't properly covered it with rubbish. They've just flicked a little bit on. I haven't got enough bravery to paint with real daring, unfortunately, I would say. It's a little bit half attempted wreckage. I haven't properly wrecked it. If I had, it would be quite interesting. As it is, it's a bit 50-50, not quite made the proper decision about what to do. Lack of focus again, I would say. But I suppose they're selling it to people who don't want it completely destroyed, because then they wouldn't understand it. So there we go, quickest run around Frieze on Earth. Hopefully it gives you a bit of vibe of Frieze 2023. I do like that painting behind me in the background, which maybe you can't see, but I talked about it. Good goes and stuff behind me, don't think it's that good. Frieze this year, a bit like Frieze every year. Maybe not as exciting as usual, I don't know. Anyway, it is always worth coming to see. But I'm not sure it really is what it used to be, which is the pinnacle of like, what contemporary art has going for it. It's just a bit, bleh. Anyway, hopefully give you a vibe. Cheers guys, like and subscribe, bye. Yeah.